Did you know that the average savings account pays just 0.45% interest per year? And that's if you're lucky. At this rate, to earn $1,000 a year in interest, you'd need to have $222,222 just sitting there in the bank. Sounds crazy, right? What if I told you there's a way to earn that $1,000 a month even with far less initial capital? In this video, I'll show you the fastest way to reach your $1,000 per month dividend income goal. I'll demonstrate how to build a solid portfolio that not only pays way more than any savings account could, but also grows your investment. In the end, I'll show you how a weekly $40 investment can help you reach a $4 million portfolio value that pays over $6,000 in monthly dividend income. So let's face it, everyone dreams of earning money while doing, well, basically nothing. That's the beauty of dividends. They're like a financial cheat code. Your money works overtime while you do nothing. But let's talk about the problem first. Most people rely on traditional savings methods like stashing cash in a savings account or counting on the unpredictable growth of the stock market. The result? Slow progress, inconsistent returns, and very little passive income. Now, here's why dividends are a total game changer. Unlike capital gains that depend on timing the market, dividends offer consistent, reliable cash flow. You don't have to sell anything. You just sit back and collect. Better yet, dividends grow over time. Many companies increase their payouts annually, meaning your passive income keeps up with inflation. All right, let's dive into one of the most underrated secrets of wealth building: compound growth when you combine dividends with reinvestment. Most people don't appreciate just how powerful reinvested dividends can be. They think, it's just a few extra bucks here and there. But let me tell you, those few extra bucks are the seeds of financial independence. Here's an example of how to prove it. Say you invest $10,000 in a stock with a 4% dividend yield. At the end of the first year, this stock pays you $400 in dividends. Now, instead of spending that $400, you decide to reinvest it. That means you're buying more shares of the stock with the money that you just earned. Fast forward to the end of year 2. You're no longer earning 4% on just your original $10,000. You're earning 4% on $10,400 because that's your new total after reinvesting the dividends from year 1. That means your dividend payment grows to $416 in year 2. Each year, your dividends increase slightly because they're calculated on a growing base. And the best part? You're not adding a single extra penny from your pocket. It's just your money working harder year after year, building on itself. By year 20, your original $10,000 investment has grown to nearly $50,000, all because you reinvested those dividends every year. If you had just spent the $400 annually, you'd still have your original $10,000 and only $8,000 in dividends to show for it. But by reinvesting, your money has multiplied over time, creating wealth on autopilot. The key here is to let time do the heavy lifting. Dividends grow, and so does your invested principal. It's a snowball effect, and the earlier you start, the bigger the snowball gets. So if you're sitting there thinking, I missed the boat, don't worry. Whether you're in your 20s or your 50s, there's still time to harness compound growth. It's never too late to let your money multiply. And speaking of multiplying your money, let's move on to building the perfect portfolio. Building a dividend portfolio isn't just about picking the highest yielders and hoping for the best. In fact, chasing yield alone is like, eating candy for dinner. It might feel good now, but it's not sustainable in the long run. Also, high-yield stocks often come with high risk. They might cut dividends during tough times, or worse, go bankrupt. So how do you avoid this trap? By focusing on quality over quantity. A solid dividend portfolio is like a dream team. Each player brings something special to the table. I've handpicked a portfolio of stocks that checks all the right boxes: reliable dividend yield, strong growth, and long-term stability. These companies have proven they can perform over the years through good times and bad. And this portfolio includes Coca-Cola with the ticker symbol Coke. With a 2.1% dividend yield, 14.87% dividend growth, and a 29.62% annual share price appreciation. Home Depot, with the ticker HD, a household name with a 2.21% yield, 17.25% dividend growth, and a solid 15.07% share appreciation. Federal Agricultural Mortgage Corp., with the ticker AGM. This is a gem, offering a 2.73% yield, 25.66% dividend growth, and 21.07% share appreciation. Insperity, with the ticker NSP, a solid player with a 3.31% yield, 20.58% dividend growth, and 16.05% annual appreciation. And finally, Watsco, with the ticker WSO, rounding out our list with a 2.02% yield, 18.09% dividend growth, and 18.07% appreciation. Each stock in this portfolio plays a crucial role in balancing dividend yield growth and capital appreciation. Coca-Cola provides steady income with strong growth, acting as a stable dividend payer. Home Depot also adds growth potential and resilience, benefiting from its strong market position and adaptability. Agricultural Mortgage Corp. provides an added layer of growth with its specialized market focus and consistent performance. Insperity strengthens the portfolio with solid growth and diversification, tapping into the business services sector. Finally, Watsco contributes with consistent growth and a focus on long-term appreciation, rounding out the portfolio's overall stability and potential for future value. If you combine all these stocks and invest equally, it'll have a dividend yield of 2.47%, an impressive 19.29% average dividend growth, and a 19.98% annual share appreciation. So with this portfolio, I'll show you the exact dollar amount you need to reach the $1,000 dividend goal in 10, 20, and 30 years from now. Beyond the $1,000 mark, in the end, I'll also show you how a weekly $40 investment can help you reach a $4 million portfolio value that pays over $6,000 in monthly dividend income. So now that you know which stocks to target, remember, if you're not reinvesting your dividends, you're leaving money on the table. Over 10, 20, or 30 years, this compounding effect can turn small investments into serious wealth. Plus, DRIPs eliminate the temptation to spend your dividends, keeping you laser focused on growth. The best part, DRIPs are easy to set up. Most brokers offer them for free, and many companies even offer discounts on shares purchased through DRIPs. It's a win-win. So if you're serious about hitting $1,000 in dividends per month and hitting it faster, make DRIPs your best friend. It's the easiest, most automatic way to grow your portfolio and maximize your returns. Let's bring everything together and get laser focused on what it takes to reach $1,000 a month in dividends, tailored to how much time you have left until retirement. Whether you're 10, 20, or 30 years away, your strategy will look a little different, but the goal remains the same. Using our curated portfolio of dividend powerhouses, let's map out exactly how to get there. The challenge: different stages of life demand different approaches. Someone with 10 years to reach the goal has less time for compounding, so more capital is needed up front, while someone with 30 years has the advantage of time and can start with less. If you and John want to reach the goal in just 10 years, here's how you can do it. The key here is upfront capital and consistent contributions. You and John will need to start with an initial investment of $50,000, adding roughly $200 per week, which is about $10,000 a year, into this portfolio. As we said, the portfolio has a dividend yield of 2.47%, a dividend growth rate of 19.29%, and an average annual share price return of 19.98%. After 1 year, the portfolio value grows to $71,225 thanks to capital appreciation and your reinvested dividends. After 5 years, the portfolio will grow significantly, reaching $215,462. After 10 years, the target will be reached. John's yearly dividends hit $12,490 or $1,041 per month, while his portfolio will be valued at $668,208. The numbers tell the story. Hitting $1,000 per month in dividends in just a decade is possible with a strong starting principle, consistent annual contributions, and reinvestment of those dividends. For John, the reinvested dividends alone added $54,928 to his portfolio over the 10 years. Now, if you have slightly more time on your side, let's say 20 years, you have enough time to harness the power of compounding. That said, you still need to stay consistent with your contributions, but now it's a bit less stressful on the wallet. For this, John does not need to start with the initial investment and instead contributes $3,000 annually to the portfolio, or roughly about $60 per week. At a 2.47% dividend yield and a 19.98% average annual return, here's how the journey unfolds. After 5 years, the portfolio will be valued at $23,402. After 10 years, the portfolio value grows to $87,481, more than tripling the portfolio value in just 5 years. After 20 years, the portfolio valuation will reach $737,137. At that point, John's yearly dividends will reach $13,048, equating to about $1,087 per month. If you've got 30 years, you're in the best position to leverage time. Even smaller contributions can grow into life-changing amounts with enough compounding. For this, you and John will need to start with just $2,000 and contribute nothing else. With a 2.47% dividend yield and that 19.98% average annual return, here's how the portfolio grows over 30 years. After the first 5, the portfolio grows to $5,498, nearly tripling in value. After 10 years, the portfolio reaches $15,064 thanks to compounding returns. After 20 years, the portfolio value hits $111,988, with reinvested dividends contributing significantly to the growth. After 30 years, John's portfolio reaches a valuation of $822,404, paying $13,621 in annual dividends, equating to $1,135 per month. The total value added to John's portfolio will be $820,404, with $742,883 coming from capital appreciation and $77,521 from reinvested dividends. Now here's the fun part. What if you also contribute, let's say, $40 a week to this portfolio along with the initial $2,000? Here's what that will look like. In the first year, the investment grows to about $4,449. Fast forward to 10 years, and your investment will grow significantly to $73,385. By year 20, it'll be worth around $603,413. But here's where it gets really exciting. By year 30, your initial contributions and reinvested dividends will start compounding significantly to an extraordinary $4,488,696, paying $74,312 in annual dividends, which translates into $6,193 per month. The total value added from dividends and capital appreciation will be $4,426,696, of which $4,008,784 came from capital appreciation, while $417,911 resulted from dividend reinvestment. Want to know how to retire with a weekly investment of $120? Click the video on the screen.